Guys, we need to talk about hair loss. Have you ever noticed people seem to be going bolder sooner? I thought I was bugging when I noticed this, but doing a little bit of research, I found our generation in their 20s seem to be going bolder sooner than any other previous generation before them. In this video, we're going to discuss some of the reasons this might be, some herbs to help improve it, and some other tips and tricks in order to bring back our hairline. Bring back our hairline 2020, that's the hashtag. What's more profound is some of the people that are losing their hair just accept it as part of aging. And this isn't the right train of thought. If something has happened to you, I think research it, understand if possibly it can be reversed, it can be treated, or at least slow down. When I used to have keloids, I used to have big keloids on my ear. I spent a lot of time researching diet. I spent a lot of time researching nurture, nature, and especially how I can slow it down or cure it. Bear in mind, there is no cure for keloids. I cured one keloid and I slowed down dramatically another keloid. And similarly, this is the same logic we're going to apply to hair loss. Throughout history, people have tried a lot of different things in order to bring back their hairline. For example, medical texts dated back to about 1550 BC reveal that ancient Egyptians tried pretty much rubbing everything into their hair. Some of the things they tried was ground donkey hooves and hippopotamus fat. Thankfully, nowadays, there's a lot more research done in balding because anybody with money who's balding always looks for a solution. Hopefully this video is beneficial for some, and if your balding process is reversed, please let me know in the comments or hit me up in my email. The information in this video, I've seen people charge up to $1,200 for. It's ridiculous. I'm going to give it to you guys for free, and all I'm asking for you in return is for you to subscribe, like, and share this video. Alright, let's go. The first thing to understand is some of the reasons for hair loss. Not everything is hereditary. Some stuff could be to do with your lifestyle, for example. Some of the reasons for hair loss are hormonal changes, autoimmune diseases, thyroid function, chronic inflammation, stress, deficiencies in zinc, vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, vitamin H, your genes, and other things like years and years of actually relaxing your hair or using S-curl and all these other things that might damage your scalp. These are some of the reasons for hair loss. But once you understand this, then you can start doing things to reverse it, such as switching up your diet, doing things to relax your stress. And I'm going to talk about these now. So the first thing I would do to potentially slow down my hair loss is, for one, I'll get a blood test. And this blood test, I want to see exactly what my blood work is saying, how much B6 I've got, how much B12, how much iron, how much magnesium, and so on and so forth. And then once I get the results back, I work on correcting it. But the foods I'll be eating is foods that are bioavailable, so the foods that actually can be transferred from the food into the actual cells, so I'm actually nourishing my body. The second thing I'll do is I will get an intolerance test. I want to see exactly what I'm intolerant to, because intolerancy, how it affects the body, it affects the body in a lot of different ways, but the immune system can start attacking the body when you consume some of these foods. Similarly with allergies, you want to know what you're allergic to. All right, it's the first two things I'll do, and that's the starting point of pretty much the next steps. All right, some of these tests I'll put in the description. You can just order it or look to get a little bit of extra info. The next thing I'll do is I'll start to take adaptogen herbs. Adaptogen herbs like, Siberian ginseng or ashwagandha, and what that does, it allows the body to adapt to stress. So one of the main causes of hair loss is stress, chronic inflammation. So you need to help give your body the best possible chance to be relaxed, help fight off stress, and just being more calm. And adaptogen herbs can help with that. Adaptogen herbs like, Siberian ginseng, ashwagandha, these are some of my go-to. Even Panax ginseng, which some people have noticed to help benefit hair loss. How do you guys like my new setup? I'm trying something different. I want to be doing videos a lot more regular. I feel like, I've been slacking a bit. One video a week, not good enough. We're back and better. And the bodybuilding stuff is coming, because ain't nobody as strong as me, lean as me, and plant-based as long as me. So all that stuff is coming, right? Another thing is, there's actually a slight link between guys who bodybuild and hair loss, and that's to do with testosterone, and that's to do with creatine. But it's something I'll touch on a bit more later. But essentially, creatine can increase DHT, which thus can increase or accelerate your hair loss. So I would avoid creatine if my hair would look like it was starting to bald. definitely avoid that because it can accelerate your hair loss. A lot of the research links will be in the description if you want to do further research too. Don't say I don't look after you. The next thing I'll do is I'll look into herbs that benefit autoimmune disease. Herbs like Hydrangea. I'll put that link in the description and I'll spell it here. It's very weird spelling. And that could potentially help with your hair loss too. And lastly, which is a very important part, is I'll put a little bit of money aside and I'll consult a hair loss expert. And that would also give me a lot of information that I will be armed with in order to potentially reverse or halt my hair loss. Don't just take your hair loss lying down. Do something about it. Consult an expert. See if it can be reversed. With hair loss, the sooner you understand the underlying reasons, the more faster you can do something about it. One change might not lead to the desired outcome, but it could be a chain reaction. One thing could lead to one thing that could lead to another thing. So the important thing is to take action, is to do something, because with some knowledge you form conclusions. With conclusions you take actions. With actions you get results, you reevaluate and you go again. So I'll give you an example of how a chain reaction can be. There is no conclusive evidence that says masturbation leads to hair loss, but a chain reaction could be, and this is a theory that's out there, masturbation leads to increase in testosterone, which is then converted into DHT, which is a form of testosterone. And those who are sensitive to DHT, something we'll discuss later in this video, DHT sensitivity leads to hair loss over time. And this is something that affects a lot of people. So this is one theory of a potential chain reaction. There's not one thing that leads to one thing. Some things can lead to other things. In this video, we'll actually talk a bit about DHT as well. So now we get into the good stuff that may actually bring back your hairline. So the first thing to understand is there's many different types of hair loss. There's male pattern baldness, there's female pattern baldness. I'll put some links in the description for those who want to read them all. The most common type of baldness that affects both men and women is called androgenic alopecia, aka AGA. Studies show that it affects up to 70% of men in their later life, especially those over 50. But Tyrone from Peckham is going bald before he hits 20. What's really going on? The type of baldness that is affecting Tyrone, affects this area up here or the receding hairline, is AGA. And this is actually caused by the hormone testosterone and its conversion to DHT. DHT stands for dihydrotestosterone. It's an androgen, it's a male sex hormone, which is why baldness more likely affects men than women. But because women have some testosterone, this can also affect them too. What happens is testosterone within the body converts to DHT, and it does this with the help of 5-alpha reductase, which is an enzyme that is held in the oil glands of the hair follicles. If you're genetically prone to male pattern baldness, DHT binds to the receptors in your hair follicles, causing the follicles to shrink and eventually stop hair growth altogether. It's the inherited sensitivity that causes the hair loss, and a high percentage of people have this particular sensitivity. Another reason why seeing your doctor is a good idea is because a doctor can put a swab in your mouth, take a little bit of saliva and see how sensitive you are to DHT, and therefore actually see how much this is impacting your hair. So make sure, if you can, go see a doctor, understand what is actually causing your hair loss, because essentially the hair loss process is a very slow process happening over 7 years, which means you have time to act and potentially save your hairline. Remember, we're saving our hairline 2020. Some of us are actually gonna bring it back, bring it back on some real dad boy stuff. The quicker you act, the more time you have. You may even reverse baldness. I've seen a few people do this. There's a lot of testimonies on Twitter of people doing things like oils or having DHT blockers, which we'll discuss in this video. I'm going to show you some practical things that you can do, some herbs that you can buy that might actually reverse your male pattern baldness or your DHT sensitivity. And one of these herbs is a herb called saw palmetto, which is a natural DHT blocker. Saw palmetto was shown to have a positive effect on increasing hair growth. Over a 2-year period, 38% of those on a study who took saw palmetto increased their hair growth. That's 38%. I'll put saw palmetto research links in the description so you can learn more about this herb. Another study showed that nearly half of the 25 participants who took saw palmetto and another extract increased their hairline by 12% after 4 months of treatment, which isn't bad. It's a slow process. Some of these studies are actually remarkable in a sense where one herb made such a dramatic change. And with some of the actual foods that you'll be eating, some of these changes in terms of you understanding your blood tests, getting the nutrients that your body requires, you might be able to see results a bit quicker. 2 other oils that have been shown to help with AGA is rosemary oil and grapeseed oil. They have also been shown to increase scalp blood flow. So these are 2 oils you might want to grab and see if they could potentially benefit you too. One of the most studied oils is an oil called pumpkin seed oil. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but I'll put some links in the description. One study showed that the pumpkin seed oil treated group had more hair after treatment than at baseline. And this is compared to a placebo group. Mean hair count increases of 40% were observed in the pumpkin seed oil treated group at 24 weeks, whereas 10% increases were observed in the placebo treated group, which is an insane amount of increase if you ask me. Pumpkin seed oil is rich in essential nutrients such as essential fatty acids, corysines, leucines. Another study, but this one was done in animals, showed that pumpkin seed oil could help reduce 5-alpha reductase, and this is what turns your testosterone into DHT. And if you have that sensitivity, that leads to the hair loss. Let's recap. For one, doctors check, see what your blood work is saying, see some intolerance test, start improving your diet, eating more essential fats, start using some right oils, get yourself some pumpkin seed oil, get yourself some saw palmetto, get yourself some cat's claw, because cat's claw is good for the inflammation. A lot of us are chronically inflamed or stressed. Look into some adaptogen herbs, make sure you're getting a lot better sleep, make sure you're filling your body with the right nutrients. Make sure you also get some saw palmetto, and in terms of saw palmetto, you can apply it topically, you can drink it. There's other things you can get that are FDA approved, but the side effects of some of these things mean that not a lot of people stick with the course, and you're looking at about 2 years to potentially see some benefits. Stick with it, guys. Improving your lifestyle will help with that side of things. And at this stage, any benefit is a benefit, because some of us are going to lose our hair anyway. If we can slow down the process, that's a blessing. If you want me to put this information into an easy to read guide, comment below. If you want me to do another video on topics like this, comment below. Always happy to help in different ways. If you want me to get back to the bodybuilding stuff, you know, I'm still making those gains. You know, look, oh, Jesus, damn son, damn Daniel. Hit me up in the comments and let me know. Before you go, make sure you check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.